Okay, welcome back to training and onboarding. In this video, I'll be taking you through an example day of plan I created for a previous event, as well as explaining the importance and some customizations that you may want to do for your day of plan event. So, right off the bat, up to this point in the event planning process, right, you have secured um, the area, the location. You have gotten food, whether that be an exemption, whether that be through catering. You have planned activities, whether those are things you'll be hosting yourself or from some external provider, right? And now it's time to make sure that the day of the event goes extremely well, right? You've done all of this work up until now, so you want to make sure that you're performing at the highest ability. And this is just one tool that you can use to help assist in that process. Um, the point of day of plans is to lay out the small details of timelines, what people are going to be doing, arrivals, um, event teardowns, event setups, things of that nature. So this plan is a day of plan I created previously for a graduation event. And I'll just walk you through sort of the main components of it here. It is important to note that this event is unique to my event, right? This is a custom day of plan. Every day of plan is going to look different because every event is different and they require different amounts of work. So, right off the bat, the timeline is a very important piece of a day of plan. You want to know when are people getting there. If you have activities, when are the activities getting there? When is setup? When is teardown? When will if there's food, when is catering going to start? Things of that nature, and that helps you iron out all of the really small details of the timeline to make sure that there are no hiccups and to make sure that you know where in the event you are. So first, just a quick example. As you can see, I have um, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. set aside for decorating. This is so that our team knows that we need to start decorating at 10 a.m. and be done by noon. We have 2 hours to get the whole venue looking nice, looking organized, looking decorated for our event, right? And while it is, that was a time crunch, it's very important to have that understanding. Second, I have when is the hard start time, right? When does the event kick off? When do doors open? In this case, that was 5 p.m. By 5 p.m., we know that we need to be totally 100% ready to go. That is when people are going to be getting there. People will be, conversing and socializing. They'll be sitting down. They will be ready for the event. And so by 5 p.m., our team also needs to be ready for the event. And then I went through and I itemized everything in 5 to 10 minute chunks of how long, each piece of the event is going to take. And while these certainly weren't 100% accurate estimates because there's just changes as the event happens, it is important to know when you think things will start and end, how long you think things will take. Right? Efficiency and preparedness are extremely important here. Um, Another example is in the case of this event, we had speakers and we had scripts. And so it was important that we laid out the order of the speakers, when people are going up, what they will be saying, and what is the cue for the next person to go up on stage, right? That goes back to that piece about you want your event to be efficient. You want it to be the time to be used well. You don't want to have many hiccups. So preparedness in knowing the order, knowing the cues, extremely, extremely important. So if you look at 5:30, where it says Charlie two stage, that is the example I I will use. I wrote this for myself. So, first, I'm reminding myself that I need to thank the previous speaker for their effort and for their work. Next, I know that I am going to be giving remarks about the event, about the people at the event, about the activities, etc. And then I will introduce the next speaker. At this event, this was an extremely important, very helpful guideline to make sure that I was staying on track. Um, as I said previously, day of plans are very much so a customized document, right? This is just one example of a day of plan for a graduation event. Um, Other day of plans, say like you're having inflatables on the Muck West lawn or something in the pit, you'll want to include things like when did the inflatable companies say they will be arriving to put up the activities, right? That is very important to know so that you can have a person there in the venue ready to help them. Also, what's their contact information? Who from the company is going to be calling you? What's their phone number? And also just the contact info and the phone numbers of the team if required, right? Who will be the representative from the team who is going to be communicating with the representative from the company. And with that, you will also want to have teardown times, right? When are they coming back to remove the items, right? That is also another very important piece so that you can include it into cleanup as a whole activity. Um, some other pieces I've seen that are really, really helpful. One is examples of like dress code. Maybe not dress code. That's a little too formal. But if you know that you're going to be in a heavily air conditioned area, it might be nice to put maybe bring a jacket, or if you're going to be outside, maybe shorts and sunscreen. Right. While those seem like very minute details, they are they're extremely important to making the event go off without a hitch. So, with that, I hope you have learned and understand the importance of a day of plan, and we will see you next time.